Another thing is be genuine with yourself on your wounds and your traumas that need healing, and also the habits that you need to shed off. Hi, Sheltered family. Good to see you in yet another episode today. Welcome back. So glad to have you join me for another conversation. Of course, if you're new here, welcome. We love it that you could join the family, and we are excited to have you join us as you learn and grow with us, where we talk about everything relationships and associations with the aim of growing excellently. My name is Lenah Kendi and I am your host. So let's get right into it. In today's episode, I know it's an amazing, interesting conversation where so many people are continuously asking, how do I ensure that my relationship works? How do you ensure that your relationship is thriving and it's not drying off, it's not gonna end up in pain, tears, and stuff like that? And I thought, well, let's come on and talk about it today. And one of the things I know for sure is that there's nothing that works without work being put in, or efforts being put into it. There's nothing that happens, anything good, anything beautiful never happens with, like, by chance or by luck. There has to be intentionality, there has to be discipline, there has to be effort. There has to be effort put in so that to see those fruits that you want to see in whatever thing. So even as we start off this conversation, I just really believe and I'm super convicted that nothing beautiful, nothing great comes by chance. You have to purpose to make it happen. You have to purpose to make it work. You have to ensure that everything within you is ready and in it. I remember sometimes back, I happened to meet this couple, and they were married for, like, did she say 42 years or 47 years? And the lady was asked what was the one thing that kept her in the marriage the whole time. And she said that when she got into the marriage, she got in without an exit door in mind. Like, she was super convicted that either way, I am staying. Whatever comes, I am going to handle it. I am going to sort it as far as it's not threatening to my life, and there's no quitting. And genuinely speaking, that we are in a generation that we just want the easy way out. If it's stretching you, if it requires you to put in the work, if it requires you to do a lot of investment in it, we are not for that, because we want the pub kind of results. We want the very skimpy kind of quick results, which is not quite the way life works, because there has to be a process for those fruits to happen. So the first thing I believe that can enable a relationship to thrive and work is, first of all, work on yourself. Work on yourself. As far as there is a lot of things lacking in your character, in your state of doing life, definitely you carry with you that into the relationship. And once you step into the relationship, having carried that with you, you bring a burden. you become a liability to the other person. And if all the time, for example, if you've got anger issues or something like that, you definitely know that I need to deal with this, because you're gonna let them out on the other person. If you have baggage from a former relationship that didn't work, you've got your traumas and stuff like that, you've got to make sure that you heal. I came across this quote that said that your traumas are not a reason as to why we should tiptoe around you. It is your responsibility to heal and live a happy life. It's so unfortunate that some people get into relationships carrying the baggage, and we want the other person to be the one now to heal them. Well, not to say that there are people who actually get with partners who help them and water them into healing and outgrowing their wounds and traumas. But what about the aspect of taking the initiative and the personal responsibility of, this is my life, I want to be a blessing to this person that I'm going to get with, and so as I get with them, I don't want to just step into the relationship casually. I want to go get there and be a ladder that they step on and they grow. But if you've not worked on yourself, there's definitely no way at all are you going to be a ladder. On the contrary, you're going to be a stumbling block, because if this person is constantly fighting with you, you're constantly trying to solve issues, you're constantly projecting your insecurities on them and things like that, then there won't be anything that brings thrive in that relationship. So first off is work on yourself, work on your finances, work on your spirituality, work on your character, work on everything that you know that you, and that also brings me to this point that you need to know who is that ideal woman or man you want to be, because we are a work in progress. No one gets to the optimum growth in life. The one thing that is constant in life is continuous growth. So if you're not growing continuously, you realize that this person will not have to enjoy you, because the same person they met 5 months ago, you're the same person they are with now. Really give them something exciting, like begin doing something new that benefits you, that makes you better, and that also even keeps the spark in the relationship. It doesn't make you get bored with each other, because if 15 years ago you get married to this young lady, of course now maybe at this time she's a mom, she's given birth to a few of your kids. Of course, there are changes physically, but their mind is still at the same level. You wouldn't genuinely be so pleased. But the moment you're growing with this person, it really lifts you up. It shows you that there is something beautiful about this relationship and union we have, because we chose to grow together. So work on yourself first. Secondly is do it God's way. Do it God's way. There's no shortcut to that. He has to be involved, and true happiness starts with God. If you need happiness, that relationship isn't going to be your source of happiness. It's unfortunate how some people get into it with burdens, with loneliness and stuff. You just like, I really need to settle, I really need someone. You may really need them, but are they what you need for your happiness? No, they are not. You need to face yourself and acknowledge for sure, yeah, I have this issue, it's bothering me, I am not content with myself. And definitely if you're not content with yourself, there's no way you're going to have someone else satisfy you or bring you contention. You have to be contented as a person on your own. All right. The next thing with that is I just mentioned loneliness, and I remember hearing, and I think we've also handled this in a previous conversation in an episode where we talked about the aspect of when you're feeling lonely, it has nothing to do with lacking love or something. It's just lack of connection. And I learned something new the other day, that you can only handle loneliness with God. You cannot handle it with the other person, because if they step out of the house, you're lonely. If they don't talk to you the whole day, you're feeling lonely. Like, it's now a spiritual, it is a spiritual thing. It's not an emotional thing. If you're not satisfied spiritually, you will definitely be lacking. You will definitely be feeling lonely here and there, lack of contentment, lack of satisfaction. There is no peace. You're overthinking life because you're thinking that if I get a man or a girl, they're gonna be the solution. They're not. So do it God's way. First off, handle your life with God. Begin with God. Involve Him. Ask Him. Pray. Seek after His will. What does He say? That do not unequally yoked with non-believers. If you are a believer, you definitely should not be dating an unbeliever. If an unbeliever dates an unbeliever, that's okay. But as far as you're a Christian, you need to understand that that is who you are. It's not an aspect of your life, it is who you are. So if that is who you are, then you can you can only drive if you are walking with someone with the same spirit as you. Remember, you're a spirit being, and the Spirit of God resides in you as a believer. So if you are trying to walk with someone who is not a believer like yourself, you're trying to yoke yourself, you are trying to have yourself yoked with someone who is gonna pull you down, because they have a different spirit within them, yet you have the Spirit of God. So do it God's way. Have Him come first, because that's a analogy of a triangle where it is God at the top and then you and your partner at the center. If each of you is pursuing God, then the distance between the two of you down here, it keeps on narrowing, because you are pursuing the same thing, which is God at a personal level. And then He is going to constantly empower you and empower the other person to keep on loving each other the right way, which is His way. Another thing is, be genuine with yourself on your wounds and your traumas that need healing, and also the habits that you need to shed off. When you heal from issues that have caused you pain and left scars on you, then you are definitely going to be a healthy and not toxic person. So you need to be true to yourself. Well, I went through this. It broke my trust. It's hard for me to trust men or women, and you are having that fear every other time someone approaches you, no matter how genuine they are. To you, it feels like this is just another trap to make me cry, or to cause me pain, or to traumatize me, because you've not healed. If you find that's how you approach life, then you're definitely never going to heal. I remember listening to Joyce Meyer. I believe you may know her. If you don't, you better find her. And she said, the one thing that you will know is, if you're not willing to be hurt or disappointed, then you'll never know how to truly love. If you let the pain of the past or the wound of the past hinder you from trusting the beautiful blessing ahead of you, or acknowledging the good thing that God is giving to you, at this point you will never know true love, because you will always have walls around your heart that are going to hinder you from giving your best to this person, and even allowing yourself to receive the best from them. And even if they try as much as they would to try and give the best that they want for you, you will never truly receive it, because all you will have at the back of your mind is that they're just here pretending it's for a while. Like, you will never enjoy that aspect of true beautiful love. Okay, so heal. And if it's habits that need to be shed off, we need to shed them off for sure. We need to shed them off. I mean, if you know you're a bad timekeeper, of course this is part of a trait with the phlegmatics as a personality. You need to understand that this is gonna mess you up. Sometimes you may not even know how important a thing may be until you've messed it up for yourself. So if it's such habits, it's like raising your voice, it's like, storming out and giving silent treatment. Silent treatment is actually an aspect of pride. I learned that and I was like, what? You mean what? Yeah, it's an aspect of pride, because if you're not willing to go to the other person and be like, I do not appreciate that we are not in good terms, so can we solve this? And all you're doing is, until they talk to me, I ain't talking to them. Really? And you want to see that relationship thrive? It won't thrive. It won't. Because what if the two of you are proud? None of you wants to acknowledge that we need to sort this. For how long would you be silent? I came across a comment on social media, like it was a conversation, and one of someone commented and said, he went silent on me for 3 days. I've been silent. I went silent for 3 weeks. After we talked, it was over. See what pride costed them? Most probably that relationship was gonna be a beautiful one. But because they had pride, because they didn't want to submit under each other and love each other the right way, each of them has got their own pride. It will always go down in tears and in pain and in chaos, and you will begin saying, yeah, they should have. What about the aspect where you should have? Take responsibility for that relationship as much as you want them to take responsibility for it. Treat them however you want them to treat you. Like they say, kindness is reciprocated with kindness. Same case with love. If you're sacrificing, at the end of the day you realize this person, maybe even they don't know how to really give, because they have not grown up in such environments. But the more they receive, the more most of these people, of course, if you're with the right person, the more they will also want to give to you as much as you're giving to them. So you pour into them, they pour into you. I had mentioned that aspect of being equally yoked, and then beliefs and the values. What are the things they believe? Who do they worship? Don't just assume it's gonna be another thing. It's not gonna be another thing. It's very important for you to be on the same page with the person that you're settling with. Otherwise, it's gonna be really stressful. Even when the kids come, it's going to be quite hectic for them to have to choose. Am I going to be on dad's side or on mom's side? Yet you two are one. So if you're one, then you need to be seeing eye to eye on issues that really matter. Finally is understand your partner's needs and wants. What are the things that they need? Don't try to love them the way you would want to be loved. Love them the way they need you to love them. If your love language is words of affirmation and theirs is, let's say, acts of service, why are you trying to force affirming them? Yes, affirm them, but go big on, giving putting more effort in their love language, which is serving them. If theirs is gifting, please make effort to gift, no matter how little. You don't have to go for big things that you can't have, but the small things, I really think it's the small things that matter. It's the small things that matter. And finally is see them for the person they are, not for the person that you want them to be. If I have my fantasized idea of who I want my future husband to be, I will project and require and impose and push so much that on the person that God may have for me until I miss out, because I will push them to their elastic, what is it called? Like push them too much that they can't handle it. Like try and see the seed of God in their life. Try and see what it is, that special gift, that special seed of God in their life that they carry, and nurture it for them. Because if you just look at them, they're my boyfriend, they're just my fiancé, you may miss out on something very beautiful that they may be carrying to propel you to grow. And this always zeroes into going back to God and even praying for this person and asking God, what would you have me do to enable the seed of your seed in them grow? Because if the seed of God in their life is watered, then definitely you're going to grow with them, you're going to benefit from it, you're going to grow with this person, and that way the relationship will thrive, the relationship will grow, it will bear fruits, it will inspire, it will last longer. So build on the right foundations, and the first foundation is God. Then love, that is giving. Communicate. Don't assume they know what you need. Have those hard conversations. That's how you thrive. But the more you run away from those hard conversations, the more you will miss out on the beauty of getting to know this person and them getting to know you. And then at the end of the day, you will have a strained union, which is definitely not what you want, right? Yeah, so I think with that, I'm gonna close it up, but I really look forward to hearing more from you through the comment section. Please make sure to comment, leave us a like, and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and definitely share it with someone. Well, until the next one, stay beautiful, stay prayed up, stay sheltered, stay growing, and stay lovely. Love you. Bye.